you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger.
Oh, Chad, baby. It is Monday. We're feeling a little bit ballsy here this morning. Keegan, how you feeling?
Hey, feeling good, bro. Feeling good.
Chad, hope you guys are well. We're back for another edition of the opening bell. And I survived. We'll talk a little bit later on when I woke up. But yeah, all of those dad jokes when I started waking up, I had a jaw. The guy next to me was like, did you guys give this guy too much of that good stuff? And the nurse is like, I don't know, but this man is on a roll. Doctor came in and I said, Doc, it's a bad day to be a bull because bulls are getting chopped here. And he had a little laugh, but anyways. No, luckily no pediatrician. I actually made a joke about that as well. When I started waking up, I picked up the blanket and I looked and I told the nurse, I told her, at least you guys left me with a little something here to work with, and they were laughing. But anyways, no, it was good. But yeah, we're back, Chad, and we're back here with another session. So we're gonna get going here. Keeks, beautiful NFP. First voice note I heard. I told the nurse, where's my phone? Because literally when the release came out, they pushed me in. I still checked the clock and I thought I'm going to ask her just to see my phone quickly. And I'm like, nah, then maybe I don't want to wake up. But first voice note I get is like, hey bro, don't worry, NFP's on a stretcher. That's all I wanted to hear. And then I went back to rest a little bit. But yeah, well done for the boys. Trading NFP, well done, Keeks. How was it trading it alone? Was it still?
It was, bro. I was saying to the guys, it's weird in general. Like, we used to it, but it's like your partner in crime here is gone, bro. My DJing partner. So, yeah, if I took the loss, hey, it's there's no blaming anyone else here.
Hey. No, but well done, Chad. But before we start here, as every other day, we're just going to start off here with prayer. And our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And if you believe that, you can drop an amen now in the chat.
Amen.
Keegan believes it. Question is, do you believe it? All right, Chad, let's get straight into it. Economic calendar. Big one, Wednesday, CPI coming off NFP on Friday. A little bit of a mixed bag for me on NFP. We're going to talk about Fed futures as well now. But today, going to be a flat one. Nothing major happening here today. Tuesday, we've got some numbers coming out. CPI out of Germany. And then also we've got some pound employment data coming out. Let me just put this across here. Wednesday, obviously the big one. Wednesday CPI. And it is definitely going to be a buy and a sell. Just depends on what are you going to be buying and what are you going to be selling. All right. Thursday, we've got some PPI coming out. And then press conference Thursday as well. So ECB expecting to cut by 0.25. And then Friday, Michigan consumer sentiment, that's a big one. And then yeah, Chad, that's basically it. Nothing too hectic to look out for. Just want to get my screen up here. I don't know why my screen is not up here. Wrong screen, right one. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, Chad, starting off with the dollar, and going into this week, I'm actually leaning bearish. Alright, the reason for that is there's that 200 EMA. We rejected it last week. We couldn't trade above it. We first traded up above it, and then we flipped bearish. So I'm expecting another potential retest of that level. If we test it again and we reject, obviously that's enough information for me to see us going lower. But on the day, as mentioned yesterday with our members, I'm bullish on the day for a potential retest of this previous little breakdown area right there. So that's what I'm expecting. Bullish on the day while we're holding above that key level there. 5-minute time frame. Let's check it out. All right, already trading above Asia highs. We're going to have to hold this retest of Asia highs. We're going to need to see, thank you so much, Kate. We're going to need to see us hold there. And then the next one's going to be previous daily high. That was Friday's high. So obviously after the event, that's the high we created, and price started moving. Let's just bring this down a little bit. Price started moving away from it. Okay, so definite levels, 2 levels to monitor going into this session. All right. US 30 weekly is bearish. Okay, so you can say, Chris, how are you bearish on the dollar and you bearish on US 30? Chat, weekly time frame, massive rejection off those highs, closing back inside of this range. So technically we can trade all the way back. First zone of potential support, second zone of potential support. So 2.26% to the downside, already starting to trade up. I want to see what we do at these levels. Keegan calling it spot on yesterday, calling that he first wants to see some bullish price action, and that's happening here today. Obviously big news day candle. Keegan had mentioned he wants to see a pullback to come and retest these previous areas, and everyone was like, no man, can't be. Keegan said, look at the 4 hour, giving Keegan his flowers. There's that breakout zone. Keegan said he wants to see that being retested, and currently that is happening. So let's just check here. Asia range. No grabber kick this morning, eh, Keegs?
No, nothing as of yet.
Okay. All right, Chad, big one here. Monthly pivot, no small level to contend with. And I'm actually going to have this entire zone grayed out. It's a big zone, but the reason I want to gray out this entire zone is because if we hold Asia highs, we can still be stuck in this little consolidation, but ultimately for the bullish run, I want to see a hold above here. Chad, monthly pivot, daily pivot. Otherwise, if we reject this block, we are going all the way lower. Okay, so very simple price action this morning. 56, that's not big. That is a firecracker move in 2 minutes. Okay. NASDAQ weekly, bearish as well for me. Massive rejections from these upside levels. There was that retest of that previous little breakout zone, double retest on it. We closed bearish again. We in a weird little zone here. This zone we can potentially find support, or what's going to happen is once we break this down, we're going to go lower for this previous area of support. So I am bearish on the week. Daily time frame, I'm also bearish, but where can we retrace back to? Firstly, we can retrace back to this previous breakout area there, or we can even just retrace back to this little consolidation zone there and then continue lower. But ultimately, this zone right here, this is the zone that we're going to either need to close below. You can see every time we close below, we had to push lower, or we need to bounce here. Okay, if we can't bounce here, it is trouble for NASDAQ and NASDAQ, anyway, how you would like to call it. But again, very, very simple price action here this morning. Beautiful 200 EMA right here. Daily pivot, this zone right here. You want to focus on that. If we can hold this bullish, breaks back below, we are going bearish. All right. Gold, Chad, it's weird. Dollar bearish, gold bearish, everything just bearish. Gold as well, I am bearish for the simple fact that we rejected this level now 3 times in a row. One thing I do want to point out though is that if you look at the size of the bullish moves we had, just look at the measured moves. Okay, so from here, double bottom, look at that nice bullish push, 2 bearish weeks. Nice little bullish push, 1 bearish week. Again, another little bullish push, bearish. So if I look at all of this, what happened here, every single time we just broke higher. So is this the week to just collect some liquidity going into Wednesday to push up, or is this actually now the high we're going to set for the rest of the year? Okay, because we can come back all the way here. We haven't retested this minor little breakout zone. We tested that one, but not this one here. Okay, so I'm bearish on the week. Daily time frame, different story. Daily time frame, I am neutral due to the fact that we are holding within this consolidative holding pattern. Okay, so I'm going to need to see a daily candle closure do something like this to continue bearish. And for the bullish move, I want to see something like that. Up until then, the daily for me is neutral. This is a ranging market. It is not showing any clear direction, so don't get it confused. 5-minute time frame, what do we have on the 5? Andre actually sent me a message this morning. The 4-hour play, I told him, Andre, first thing, 4-hour couldn't close above the psychological 2,500 level there. That also weirdly coincides with the weekly pivot, and we just absolutely flushed from there. So weekly pivot, 25,000 level, that is the big one. If we can get above it, we can go bullish. Otherwise, we are going to continue bearish. And going into this session, let me just grab this other chart here real quick. Give me 1 second, Chad. Okay, looking at the grids here. Asia lows, that's going to be our first area of contention for a move lower, 24.95. Otherwise, if we pull back all the way to Asia highs, 2,500, this zone right here, that's also where I want to get short on this. But yeah, Chad, going to be an interesting week, CPI week. Keeks, over to you, my brother.
Awesome, let's get this going, yeah.
Can we just pull your chart a little bit to the right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I always have to adapt it when I go to your screen, which never makes sense to me, bro. They both 27.
Remember this middle one, but that's also 27.
They both 27. Okay, that's right. It doesn't make sense to me.
And your aspect ratio?
I'm not sure what it is, but they should be the same. All right, guys. So let's get into it. So let's start with DXY. So DXY for me, guys, still very, very much bearish. But what I did say to the guys, we can see a possible bullish move going into the day, just for that simple retest. This key level over here, 100, 900. So we want to see that come into play, which exactly what we're getting right now. So on the daily, we can see obviously traded right up immediately, and we're gonna see what it does there. On the 4-hour, big thing for me now was we closed very, very much bullish above the zone. But now we need obviously the retest of that breakaway. So good chance we're going to be seeing dollar come back down. So again, we can look at it this way. Again, Asia lows, Asia highs. From the weekly pivot, Asia highs, just one-way momentum. No retest, no nothing. So we are going to obviously want to see a retest Asia highs, which will give us that key level. And then possibly even back to that weekly pivot for a test, because Asia lows also untested. So even if DXY is going to try and go bullish, has at least got to regain some support on these areas to hold in the long term. Otherwise, good chance we're just going to start flashing all the way back down, Asia lows, and then you can see daily pivot EQ underneath us. So those become obviously very nice magnets for price to start trading towards. So it's still bearish, but we want to at least see it hold when it gets the retest of 100, 900 and Asia highs. Now with NASDAQ, I am obviously still very, very much bearish, guys. Again, we spoke about this last week quite a bit on why indices are going to be moving with the dollar for now. So even though we have in that 4 hour, we are seeing the support found over here, trading up now. Again, when we look on the 15, we can see the same thing. We are under the 200. We've seen how this has been holding for NASDAQ over here. But again, lining up nicely. If we keep consolidating here, good chance we can see that 200 catch up around about close to the EQ. Big thing, opened up with a gap, still hasn't been closed. Asia lows, Asia highs, holding the daily pivot. Do we just test the pivot, or are we going to get that last spike out for the EQ? Otherwise, if we just simply can get back into Asia highs, hold as resistance, there's the sell off now for Asia lows, and can go for that gap fall to the bottom and then target previous weekly lows. US 30, again, we're going to be looking for the same thing, almost that bullish little short-term move. We spoke about this. Monthly pivot is nicely over here, so definitely can trade up for the monthly pivot as a bare minimum. We can still go higher. Again, the news candle started all the way over here, 4,700 basically. We've got the weekly pivot, EQ, all of that up here, the 200, which does allow for the retest since the break. So that's what I'm saying. Daily pivot almost becoming a no-brainer at this point. The monthly pivot, my apologies, daily is being tested. So again, same thing, one-way momentum, trading up, holding. If anything, I still think we might have that wick out. Even if we don't get the EQ, at least that monthly pivot. Then break it back into Asia highs, sells Asia lows, and go for that gap fill. So still am looking bearish, but just again waiting for that right moment to get in on that. We always talk about this, guys. When trading indices, the most important thing is entry criteria. You jump the gun too much, you have FOMO, that's when you're going to pay the price. So just going to stick it out there, but am also bearish on US 30. Then lastly with gold as well, guys. So I'm bearish in the short term, or long term, sorry, but I am looking for that bullish move for the little start. Now the thing is, we might have already missed it, because when we look at the daily, I said to the guys we wanted that test at 2,500 and we got that pretty much immediately. So yes, we might have missed the move, but we can see on the 15, as you see there, literally opened up this morning. The test was at 545. So testing Asia lows, there was your move to the top side, weekly pivot 2,500, giving us exactly what we wanted. Now the big break to the downside all the way down there. What I'm going to look for very, very simply is we can see price traded into this level of resistance now again. So if we can hold underneath this, I'm very simply going to be looking for the sells. This daily bullish, guys, was literally for that move. That's literally what that was for. Just anticipate price first going up, which we've already got now. So as long as we can now hold underneath this area as rejection, I'm going to start looking for the sells, target previous daily lows, daily S1, and then to this next level of support. So around 2478 is going to be the targets for me. Just a matter of where can we get in over here now. So again, going to be patient, going to wait for it. We're on a 15 minutes, but that is the plan of action now to start looking for those sells on the gold. But that's everything from my side, guys.
Alrighty, Keeks, thank you so much, Chad. Then also big shout out to Neil. Neil just keeping the lights on here for us. Neil, thank you for that donor, my brother. Neil, just want to make sure that I can still blow that on. I see some very good jokes. We're going to go through that now. Pediatrician unit. I love that. You guys are sharp here this morning. Chad Angseng down 2% overnight. SA40, we're going to see if we can get that bearish continuation here on the day. Nikkei closing down 0.5% as well. So it is looking bearish. But let's see. We're going to wait for that opening range. 9 minutes to go. But getting straight into the fundamental chat. There are currently no expectations for Chinese inflation metrics, but the data will be watched for for a prognosis of China's economic wealth. Last month's CPI rose 0.5 along with food prices. While there are currently no expectations for the Chinese August trade balance figures, the markets are keeping a close eye against the backdrop of sluggish growth here. If auto exports shift from being a tailwind to a headwind, it could negatively affect China's overall export strength. Dylan Savage, last employment report sparked a hawkish reaction driven by a sizable drop in the unemployment rate, 4.2 from 4.4, expected 4.5, and market upside employment changed 97k from 19k, expected 3k, which served to more offset the as expected slightly softer than forecast wage numbers. The narrative of renewed hiring trend points to another set of hawkish unemployment rate and employment change figures as well. Pantheon looks for the unemployment rate to drop to 4.1 or 4%. June's month-on-month came in at 0 as expected, with the 3-month also in line at 0.6. Okay, the release did not have much impact on Bank of England pricing. Overall, the July GDP release is likely to be a robust one, but probably won't have too much impact on the BOE, with the focus on inflation, stickiness, the all-time, at the margin, firmer readings reduce need for timely policy adjustments and factor in favor of those expect the BOE to leave rates. All right, where's Bevan? Bugatti, well done. Examining, you didn't say, looks like I need to call. All right, Bevan Ghost. In other news, Friday was a great day for SA Forex gurus. Leaving the hospital after a lengthy procedure, sizes were compared to newborns and it was still a tie, thus proving nothing dodgy took place. Oh, Chad, come on. That, I have to give it to Bugatti. That pediatrician one was beautiful. Sorry, sir, we're going to have to call in the pediatrician. Yeah. All we see is a little mushroom trying to grow out of the soil. Yeah, not much like that. Oh, Chad, beautiful. Guys, the call last night, my phone was chalked. I couldn't get into YouTube, so I will upload that call tonight. And I was tired. I don't know why. This entire weekend, I was just tired. And so I will upload that tonight. So yeah, you guys will get it tonight. And yeah. What about German footy? It's London session. Yeah. Just go back on stream, they explain it, bro. Our charts. Chris, can you give us an explanation of your opinion on the labor? Yeah, I can do that. Definitely, Anu. So what I'll do is Chad, so here's the thing for me with the data. So obviously we missed on the headline print, but what happened was I just want to show you guys quickly. I'll just show you guys why it's a tricky one for me. Okay. So let's quickly look at it. So average hourly earnings jumped month on month for August to 0.4. Expectation was 0.3. Previous was 0.2. So it's almost a double there. Okay. Average hourly earnings year on year jumped to 3.8 from 3.6 previous to from a 3.7 expected. So those were two bullish prints, and both of these are inflation related readings. I've told you guys, if somebody's earning more money, they've got more money to spend. That is a direct implication on inflation, because guys are going to have more money to spend. There's more discretionary cash, and ultimately that's going to filter into your CPI headline print. Okay, so on the one end, that is still showing that inflation has not yet subsided. Okay. Secondly, Non-farm payrolls, 142 against 160 expected. The low print was 90 and the high print was 245. So anything within that range was more or less as expected. Okay. Unemployment rate stayed basically as is. Not as is, it dropped to 4.2 from 4.3, but the expectation came in line. So in all essence for me, that was a mixed print. That was not a clear direction, and I think Keegan will always tell you guys, if we get a solid miss, so let's say average hourly earnings month on month missed, year on year average hourly earnings missed, unemployment rate missed, headline print missed, that is clear. Keegan will tell you that. Then you actually look for continuation moves. But after that, that is mixed data for us. It's not clear. It's still showing us that there is a sticky print, specifically looking at the average hourly earnings. And you can see that in Fed futures. Fed futures are pricing in a stronger dollar. And I say stronger because they're only expecting a 0.25 basis point cut. So they don't think inflation is yet to be done. So if this was the other way around, that would be, okay, listen here, labor market is weak, inflation is all the way down, average hourly earnings are also reflecting inflation coming down, but it's not the case. This is actually pricing in a stronger dollar, okay? Nothing changed from the previous week. So you can clearly see there the previous week it was 70, so we had a bit of a shift back to 50. After the NFP release, back to 72. So my question now is going to be, and I think the question we all need to ask ourselves is, what are they pricing in here? Is the Fed futures locked in for a 0.25 basis point cut? And if so, you need to ask yourself the two scenarios. CPI prints back above 3%. What's going to happen? This is just going to go to 100%. CPI prints lower than the previous one, 2 consecutive lower readings. What's going to happen to this? Repricing. So these are the types of questions you need to ask yourself going into CPI. How much has already been priced in? Where is the risk? Is the risk to the downside for the dollar, or is there upside risk for the dollar? And when I say upside, it means that further dollar strength, okay? So these are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Keegan already told me he's buying and he's selling. The morning he will be buying USD. The afternoon he'll be buying gold. All right, Chad, markets are open and in motion. This is the official round one of the week. CPI week, big one. Could be a banger. Think it will be a banger. Ding, 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 ding. Round one. Fight. Okay, Chad, here we go. Here we go, baby. Okay, SA40. Mark out that opening range. Keys, what time did you guys enter on Friday? Our normal time.
Yeah, it was, I think we waited 1 or 2 candles, so like 2 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you could get your positions.
Yeah, bro, it even gave us a scale in, but I didn't take the scale in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, literally entered, pulled immediate drawdown, but drawdown, I'd say about 50% of the move, candle closed, and then just rocket ship after that. Nah, it was good on Friday.
Next up here, nah, bro, I'm done. I don't like operations. I don't like operations. Okay, why were there bullish prints? Can you explain that as well? Sorry, I know on bullish prints on gold or if you're going to just give me a little bit more specifics. Because remember, Anu, on Thursday night, I told you guys I'm expecting a weaker NFP print, and I told you we can have the initial spike on US30 to then be sold off, and we can have the dollar first drop on that news and then start rallying as a safe haven currency for the risk off move. The only thing that was weird for me was that I was expecting gold to just rally on its own due to that risk off mood, due to hedging of bets. That's why I still told Keeks, gold for me I feel is the safer one, because you never know how big that spike on US30 is going to be.
Bro, talking about that, sorry, did you see that move China pulled over the weekend? They had that surprise summit. They invited 50 presidents of the African countries to the summit. And keep in mind, Chad, there's only 54 countries in Africa. So you basically invited the whole Africa continent to basically an emergency summit. Because if people don't know, like, there's been a massive thing with China trying to get involved in Africa because of the resources that we have.
For many years
For
now.
many years. And they've been doing it very low key. But now because they've been running a bit short with money, America's picked up on this, and America has been trying to sneak their way in there now. Like, oh, we've got money, we will fit the bill for you now. And when China found out about this, they had this emergency summit where they basically promised all these things to the countries to basically close the deal, to push America out the door. So that was actually very, very clever of them, bro. Over one weekend, just like close the deal, done. Yeah, China offered 51 billion, promising 1 million jobs, I think, to each country. Yeah. And that was just like the tip of the iceberg. There was a lot more they still offered.
Yeah, China's trying to colonize Africa. So there's a documentary, The African Mile. Is it called The African Mile? Where China is slowly but surely trying to colonize Africa. And they do so firstly by doing infrastructure projects for basically next to nothing. Then they tell the guys, okay, listen, we're going to bring our guys from China. We're going to need some residency for them for the project. But then after the project, the guys never go back to China. And that's how they filter all of these guys from China back into the African countries.
Kajita, the thing is, the cost for us is that we basically promise all our resources for exporting goes to China and not America. So that's basically the whole thing, is the guys are fighting for the resources that Africa has. So if they can already knock out, because South Africa resource-wise is a gold mine. So if they can basically say, listen, we have got all the rights to the resources in Africa, they're taking a massive knock to America and places like that. So yeah, basically it's just going to be the idea that when that time comes, all our exporting goes to them and not anyone else.
Yeah, the Chinese, Chad, they're trying to do what the Germans did in Namibia years ago, dates West, where you colonize a part of an African country. So you bring enough Chinese in there to the point where you overtake a small country, city. Many years ago when I was in Lusaka, the people already so here's the thing. If you've been in South Africa and in Africa for many years, remember it was always the Greeks and the Portuguese that had like the fish and chip shops, the supermarkets, these wholesalers. It was always the Greeks and the Portuguese. The Portuguese were more on the takeaway side of things. Now it is all like the Greeks have left, and now it's all Chinese owned. So they already have like the wholesale under control in some parts of Zambia. They're already entering the retail space. And that's ultimately a big part of your economy to the middle class, is the wholesale part of it. If you think about a Spaza shop, if you think about a Shabin, if you think about all of that, there's a lot of money that goes through there. If you guys don't know, like some of these shops, I still remember many years ago in Valcom, you would walk in and again, Greek owned, friend of my dad, very wealthy guy, and you walk in and there's cow heads, like literally in a crate there, like they were chopped this morning. There was sheep heads. There's like, dude, there's a lot of things and happening at one place. And these are the type of shops that the Greeks owned. They knew what the clientele wanted. And now the Chinese are basically taking over all of that. They're doing the infrastructure. They're getting their machines here. They're getting their people across. So it's not necessarily a good thing for any country. No, you can. The thing is, I think, do me a favor, go and read the thing about BRICS. Go read about BRICS. So it's all about, it's similar to what we had with Britain breaking away from the ECB, the European Union. So it's all to do with regulations, with trade control, with price control, with export control. Because here's the thing now, imagine in South Africa, you've got, let's say, a steel mill. Like, let's take Mittal, for instance, ArcelorMittal. You've got a massive steel mill that's employing thousands of people. You're milling steel, and now companies don't buy your steel because it's cheaper to import from China. So what did the South African government do? They actually restrict imports, or what they do is they slap on a hefty import tax so that you actually forced to support local. All right. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you hurt your own economy, even though in the short term for a construction company or whoever's buying the steel, it looks good for them doing their prices. They benefit in the short term, but longer term, you're taking away jobs from your own people. You're hurting your own economy. You're hurting your own production or your industrial section in the country. So that's why import controls are there, import taxes, all of this, to make sure that there's no unfair advantage for someone else bringing stuff in. You want to, obviously, similar to what Trump did. That's why a lot of guys don't like Trump's idea. Trump wants to basically isolate America in a globalized economy. That's why a big part of his campaign is bring jobs back to America. Those factories in Taiwan, the semiconductor factories that are in Taiwan, China, all of those places. He's like, I know it's cheap labor. I know it makes sense for stock investors, but let's bring all of those jobs back. Let's keep the employment in the country. Okay, Chad. So, yeah, there's a lot more that goes into all of this. There's always a catch-22. Oh, damn, you're right. 9/11. Hey, Bugatti, it's actually fine if I sit with my legs wide and I don't sit on my sack, but yeah, weirdly enough, my uncle is also Portuguese from Madeira. His parents migrated here many years ago. He was born here. Then his parents went back to Madeira. His father passed away many years ago. His mother still lives there in Madeira. And yeah, they had a lot of fish and chip shops, chicken, all of that. That's they just knew how to do takeaways. But tides have changed, Chad. You don't have that traditional fish and chip shop that's owned by a guy. I still told you about the story. My mom and my dad had a Portuguese mate as well that had his own fish and chip shop. And some months when they didn't get through, he would tell my dad to come like just before they close shop, late at night, and then whatever's left, you'll just give my dad. For instance, like chips and stuff they didn't sell, that was still there in the warmer. So yeah, Dad told me a lot of these stories, like how he got help by mates and whatever, and we can, anyways. So it's, you don't get those traditional. I think it's almost like the Italians doing pizza in New York. Everything has become very commercialized. You don't want to buy fish and chips if it's not from a brand like Fishaways or some household brand. No, Ed, I am actually wearing. That's the mistake the boys make. Not wearing that, because wearing underwear actually helps with the swelling. You can't let it loose, hang loose. That's the rookie mistake the boys make. Stian, Springboks, I honestly feel like we were way too slow at the ruck situation. As much as the scrummy, what's his name? As much as he's got a very Cinderella story, he was way too slow at the base. I honestly thought having even both scrum offs. The speed of their passes on this level is just way too lethargic. So that's the one place where it hurt us. I also felt like a lot of times we were out of place, and even when we had the ball, sometimes it looked like the guys were scared. They were trying to throw the ball away. Second half, I have to say, when the subs came on, it was a more... I almost want to say, Chad, as much as I love Andre, I think Sasha is the guy. Sasha, no flack. I love Andre, but I have to be honest, on current form, not taking the kicking. Look, Andre is a machine when it comes to the kicking, but just in sheer playmaking, decision making, Sasha is just on another level, Chad. It looks like he's got all the time in the world. He's observing, he's looking up, he's got speed, he's got power. Scrums were, obviously we had one or two good scrums. Lineouts weren't working. Weirdly enough, the lineout wasn't working. I think we miss Franco Mostert. Very light guy. So if you've played some rugby and you've picked up guys, the lighter guys you get up a lot quicker. You can actually we had this technique where you would actually shoot the guy up, and we had strapping behind that fold in your leg. So the guy in front had strapping just above his knee, and then we had strapping at the back as well. So you would take the guy on his glute, and then you would actually pop him up, and you'll take a double grip. So you get that extra, let's say 30 centimeters. So a guy like a Franco, you can do that. You can obviously see Eben is a big guy to pick up. And Peter Steff, as I think you can do it with Peter Steff, but you also have Peter Steff there at the back. So yeah, I think Rassi obviously trying some things. I think Rassi and them didn't play this like a final. If I'm honest, I think that's just how Rassi is. He's as much as it's about winning the rugby championship, I also think Rassi is thinking about the next World Cup, and that is the forward thinking of Rassi. As much as he's thinking about now, everything he's doing is the 3-year plan. That's why he's giving guys the opportunity to play against the All Blacks, because mentally, we've talked about it, that aura the All Blacks have. Just even before you go on the field, there's already that thing of, it's the All Blacks. If you've played at schoolboy level, if you've played at provincial level, there were certain teams that just had an aura about them. For instance, a Grey Bloom. Grey Bloom, I don't care how good or bad they are on the year, they just carry a lot of tradition. They carry a lot of, I almost want to say, they have this aura. Like if you play a Paul Roos, if you play a Paul Boys High, if you play a Paul Gym, it's just this big powerhouse schools. And you could be the stronger, physical, better team on the day, but they just carry that jersey. And already it's like, oh, I'm playing Affis or I'm playing Monument or whatever. I think Marnie is better. It's a tough one. Yeah, it's a tough one. They both have very exceptional individual talents. I love Marnie as well. I don't know if it's a mental thing. You can't, Chad. The way that we got through the World Cup for me is still a miracle with the way Marnie kicked. We can be very lucky. And I don't know if it's something that Marnie needs to physically break, but I think even if you think about golf, Chad, if you start hitting the ball badly, it's almost like you get into this rut where automatically you reset for your next shot, and already in the back of your head you're like, yes, I already had a cuck shot, this shot's going to be cuck as well. And then that shot is cuck, and now you under pressure, and I think that's that thing that's now laid on him. Is like, I just can't break this monkey on my back with the kicking. Plays for the Bulls, doesn't miss a kick. Puts on that box jersey and it's like, ooh, Marnie. Yeah, no, I rate Sasha. I didn't rate him initially, to be honest. I thought, yes, I don't really know this guy, and yeah. Yeah, no reversal at play yet. Yeah, this is the box we're gonna monitor. Yeah. Marnie is definitely the 10 for the box. I want to be honest with you guys. If Sasha and Andre, I don't think Andre is going to play the next World Cup. I think it's going to be Sasha and Marnie. But if as long as Andre and Sasha's there, I don't think Marnie's going to get show. I can almost guarantee you. Yeah, Jared, that's also what I heard. What's the room called when you done that? Oh. Hey man, weirdly enough, I was under the blanket, so they at least gave me that. They didn't expose me there while I was still awake. They just put me to sleep and then. Sasha was needed first off. Yeah. Upcoming fly off in the next 4 years is Ethan Wenzel wat nou vir die Cheetahs speel. Kom ons gaan 'n bietjie check. Chad, still one of my favorite fly offs. What is his name? Played for Grey Bloom as well. Springbok, he plays for the Bulls now. What's his name? Keeks, what's the fly off for the Bulls? Yeah. Chad, yes, I love that player. I watched him from Grey Bloom in his matric year, and the guys were already hyping him up. And I think that one game, I think it was against Affis, I think he slotted like a 65-meter kick, and everyone was just going off about this boy, saying like, this is a guy to watch. And he also had that playmaking, very quick on his feet, and yeah, dude, I think they just destroyed him too quickly.
Guys, I just want to mention something here quickly, guys. The Project G guys, please understand something, guys. When it comes to your renewal, now understand this, guys. You've also been in Project G a while now. You should understand how this works. If you renew and you've saved the banking details, for example, and you guys are not creating orders, you're just making your payment. If you are not sending a proof of payment, we have no way of knowing you renewed. We're not sitting there watching our bank accounts 24/7. So if you do not send a proof of payment and then you get removed, please do not get rude with the support. You guys are in the wrong here. As much as yes, you've renewed, but you are making it difficult for us. So, and we've said this before, people that are going to be rude, people that anything like this, is not people we want to work with. We're not here for the money game. We're not here for these things. So people that are rude, people that are going to be inconsistent, people that we just don't want the business then. As simple as that. So please, guys, just help us, help you. Just let's work together. If you guys, as I say, we are working again the debit order up. It's been a bit of a hiccup and back and forth fight at the moment, but we're working to get the debit orders up. But anyone else, come on, guys, please. Just work with us. Let's get together here. Let's make it easy for both of us. Anyone that gets rude with support should not be allowed in Project. Alien, I agree with you, but that's what we say. There's just a thing. I get where under people are understanding you're upset because you got removed it. You've paid for a product. I do get it. But at the same time, where you have to understand, you haven't made it hard, like for them to see you've made a payment. So they doing their job. Yes, you've done your side, but there's no one's meeting in the middle here. You get what I'm saying? So guys, please, I'm just asking, if you are doing normal payments at the moment without creating orders, they will never know you did the payment. So please, once you do it, just send a proof of payment to support. That's all we ask from you guys. Hater in your part, can we do a long period payment or have auto renew option? Bugatti, that's what I just mentioned, brother. We are literally fighting to get debit orders. So that it can be, once you pay, you sign it up, you will be alerted that this is a debit order. You then will be aware that when basically you make the payment, it signs as a monthly membership. So it will become a debit order from your 30-day from your payment. And then like anything else, if you want to, you have to basically go cancel the subscription, if you want to think of it that way. So we are trying to get that in. It's just it's a fight, because anyone that's in the financial market, you guys know, obviously anything that's Forex related, it's very hard to get past.
Oh, just sit slowly. Sheesh.
My boy Fatih, yeah, we laugh.
Oh, this is the longest I've sit in a while.
Yeah,
Hey.
Daniel, we're also looking into Paystack. Paystack also has a subscription option, so we are looking into it, guys. We're hoping the next week if we can push. Otherwise, the next 2 weeks, worst case, it should be done.
All right, Chad, here we go. Gold 24.95. Dollar index breaking that previous daily high. Let's see that retest. US 30. Yet to retest that. So NASDAQ.
Today, don't even have the balls to ask Christian P for TP.
I've been peeing twice here. That's the thing. I've been peeing. Chad, your opening range has been broken here on SA40. I'm going to be looking for potential shorts if we retest and reject that area to go down to monthly S1 firstly, and then secondly daily S1. Okay, so just patiently waiting here for potential setup. And then gold, we're going to start looking for rejections. Keegs, where's your zone on gold?
We added just
Alright.
under Asia lows.
Chad also Keegs at his zone here. We're going to see if we can reject off Asia lows and continue lower. Alright, so potential plays here. Keegs, you missed the entire chat. What do you think about the box on the weekend?
Yeah, bro, I am happy with the performance. I mean, it was a good game. But I think us just being critical as South Africans, still not our best performance. The thing is, there was still a lot of mistakes, which means the team can still improve. As much as this is, we are watching the greatest Springbok team in history, they still can get better. So, yeah, stupid mistakes, yes. There also was the statement that came out afterwards that I didn't actually realize. We got 10 guys excluded from the Rugby World Cup winning team that weren't available for the series, yet we could still perform that way. So there's 10 guys that are first choices here and weren't in the team. But no, definitely good. I think the one thing that was out of it for me was Sasha. He had a good game, but his kicking wasn't there on that day. He slotted that one kick, and after that all just went downhill.
Chris, will you have the balls to take a risky?
But the rest of it, I think, was good, bro. I must say, I'm loving this new Tony era with the Springboks, where we still physical, we up front, but this is a team that loves to run the ball now.
Yeah.
These guys love to run it. They're asking questions. They kick in. They chip in. They grubbering through. I must say, I'm loving the style that this team's playing.
Yeah, that's what I told him. We didn't play Saturday like a final. Chad, you play. So Rassi knows how to win finals. And Rassi, if you go back even to his Cheetah era, that great Bulls team, that very good Cheetah team as well, but always the underdog against that massive Bulls team they had many years ago. Donnie Rousseau, Bakkies Botha, Victor Matfield, Stachman. Yeah, Chad, they just had a monster team back then. And you play a final very different to a normal game. And you would think that Rassi would have tried to lock it out, almost sandbag the game on Saturday, and they didn't. Taking line, going for touch, leaving, I think, at one stage 9 points on the table, like kickable points, going for touch, trying things while they've got the pressure. And I also think it's a psychological thing. Because here's the thing. It's one thing taking the points and you're stacking up the win and all of that. But to go and say, listen, yeah, We're not going to take the points. We feel that we've got the overhand on you. It's a psychological thing where it's like, dude, there's points. Why don't you take the 3? And it's like, no, we're going for 7. Keeks, you would know as well, when a team does that, it's like mentally, it's like, what are these oaks doing?
Yeah.
Like, these oaks think that they are stronger than us. They're going to overpower us here, giving up the points. So I think it's a mental thing as well. Almost like, because that sits in your head. The results and the stats sit in your head. Keeks, big question. Do you think Marnie, out of the 3, Andre, Sasha, Marnie, who's your pick?
For what?
Fly off. I said honestly, while Andre's there and Sasha, I don't see Marnie.
No, Marnie's gone. Marnie's as great as a player Marnie is. He's gone. You think of it this way: Marnie asks questions, okay, which you've now got in Sasha. And Sasha, at this point, is proving he's got the better kicking game. The question for me is, what can Marnie do that Sasha can't?
Sure, Chad, there you go.
Sasha's bigger, more physical, younger. Keep in mind, Marnie's in his 30s, guys. Keep in mind, he's old. He got brought into the system late. Sasha can only kick.
Nah, bro, Sasha's a playmaker, dude.
What, bro? Are we not? How many Sasha grab and kick? Sasha's literally banana kicks. Sasha's defense, top notch. He runs the ball. He broke the line how many times where he puts the grabbers through? So what do you mean Sasha can only kick?
Nah, I have to be honest. Sasha can run. You can make space.
Oh, 27. He's still.
No, I don't think. Honestly, Chad, I can guarantee you, Andre's not going to be there at the next World Cup. Definitely not.
Andre's not. Andre still said, guys, he's finishing this season. He's
yeah,
done.
Andre's done, guys. Andre had a good run.
He made the statement. He's finishing this season.
You could clearly see Sasha is on better form than Andre.
Still in my way, the mix. He's only 27 years old. Party might not be as fit on the next World Cup. I think Marnie will stay in the mix. There isn't only the third choice. Keegs, Marnie can control the game, better playmaker, but he kicking sucks. Guys, you know what? I'm not gonna get into this. But I played with a lot of these boys. I know the system, and I'm telling you this. You guys can come back in a little bit, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. The only time Marnie gets back in the game is when Pollard retires. That's when Marnie might get his chance back. But you have to also keep in mind,
You've got Watson.
they've just started bringing in Jordan Hendrickson, who is another 10. So keep in mind,
Keeks, what's his name? That's injured.
Damien.
Chad, we've got Damien that can play 10 and 15. Damien himself, dude. Imagine how Damien linking up with the Sasha. Oh, Chad.
That's what I say, guys. I'm not saying Marnie's not there. I love Marnie. I do love Marnie.
I also love Marnie.
But his time's gone. He got the chance. He got what he wanted. He can say he's a World Cup winning Springbok. You can say all of that, but that position's gone now, bro. That's the thing about rugby, guys.
You have to take it. You have to own it. If you don't own it.
I missed one season with my injury. And I can tell you that's what killed my career. Because in that one season, I had to bounce back. I had to prove myself, and improving myself that year is the years I had these freaking crazy young guns coming through the ranks. That's just life. Played wing, outside center, and fullback.
You guys don't watch the Stormers. Tag 3 of them play together for the Stormers.
Bro, I am a Stormer.
Who does Sasha play for?
Stormers.
Sheesh.
Marnie, Sasha, and Damien all at Stormers.
Bro, that's a lethal combo for domestic rugby. That is untidy.
Sasha is not a 10. He would do so much better at 5. Brother, what rugby are you watching?
I think he's trolling.
Solomon Hartenberg. Thing for me, bro, Solomon Hartenberg. So me and his brother are actually very good mates. Great youngster, very good. Same thing is, here's my question for you. As good as he is, tell me, out of all the wings we have right now, who does he beat? And keep in mind, now you also need to consider the wings who have had Springbok debuts and then been pulled back. So they are still in the squad. They are still in the ranks. And they're not even playing. And that's what I'm saying. It's not a case that these guys aren't good guys. South Africa's in an amazing position, but we're in the position the All Blacks were 10 years ago, where you can have a squad all the way to a 5th team, and these are world-class players. Like, we've got so much depth, and a lot of depth, but all in the same positions.
You remember that era, Heinrich Brousseau, Johan Smith,
Yeah.
Skalkberger, where Chad, I think we had like 8 Lucy's that could have all played international. And it was just crazy. It was Stachman, it was, who else was there? Donny Rousseau also played a little bit there in the loose trio later on, going to lock. But there was a period where our loose forwards, we just had like 8 world class. They can go to any other country and they'll be in the starting lineup. And I think we've got that with a lot of positions now. Scrum off, I would say, hey man, what do you think? Is it Grant Williams? What's the guy scrummy that started?
Yeah, Grant.
He wasn't good for me.
Grant
I
for
don't
me
rate him.
is
Too slow.
Nah, I do rate Grant, but I think he still needs a lot of experience in game time.
His
but I do
decision
rate him.
making was way too slow for me. If you look at just the speed of his pass, I don't know.
For me, he's a great attacking player. The way the type of backline we're linking up with now, like I think he works with that backline perfectly. I choose him a lot more than I choose Jaden Hendrickson, the other 9.
Yo, bro, how slow is Jaden's
Ja-
passes?
yeah.
Bro, do you see how slow it was? When he came on, I was like, dude, you came on fresh. Your passes lag.
No, let's just say I do rate Grant. I do really think he's a very good talent, but I think he's also young, bro. Also as well.
You think Faf is done?
Yeah.
But where is
I think
Faf?
he
Is Faf injured?
No, he's just not playing. He's there. He's with the team. He's just not playing. He's not selected.
Yo, Rasa.
Yeah, I know. Thing I played at Vietnam, bro. Keys, without your injuries, do you think you would have been a professional player? Bro, that's the thing. There's so much. Again, you have to determine what level you want to classify professional as. Because then, yes, there already was that stage. I was playing at that level. Obviously, the goal for everyone is always to wear the green and gold. But yeah, it's a tough one, guys. There's a lot of guys I came up the ranks playing with who, again, are just world class guys, and you can see what they're doing now. So I don't know. It's always a tough one. You always want to say yes because that's the dream, but you also got to be realistic at some points. If it was Curry Cup, then yeah. Yeah, I know it was. He definitely needs to start more.
Who's that?
Grant. Oh, that is true, guys. Yeah, Faf did get injured in Ireland. That is true. our backline tennis. That's the thing, guys. We're in a very blessed position right now. Like, our depth is insane right now. Did you by any chance play with G. Grobler? Locke started in VP and I think he ended up with the Sharks. G. Grobler. No. When we were playing, what's the name? Salman was our lock. And we had, someone asked me here before, guys. We said about Ross. Ross was playing with us. Who else was our other locks? But no, like, remember, guys, we're talking about the younger areas, yeah. Ground plays off the bench for the Sharks, yeah, but that's because they start flipping Jaden, who I don't know why.
Do you think Colby can make another World Cup? Nah, I don't think so. Another 3 years.
It's tough, bro. It's tough.
Peter Steph's not gonna make it. As much as I love that man's body is like.
Yeah, Dixon, yeah. So we still play together at Marty's. Played young guns with each other. There's a lot of guys. So, like, just so you have an understanding, guys. So, like, in the age groups, we're still with Damien. Yeah, Damien was a freaking miracle child, though. I think that man played 2 games of age groups, and then he went up to VP already. And then the same season, I think after like 3 games, he went up to Stormers. So, for example, our other wing at the time was Angelo. Angelo's now playing for Stormers. He's been playing for Stormers. Our center at the time was Waka. I don't know how many of you guys know Waka is still playing for VP now. Waka Salon.
I thought you were going to say Waka Waka. I don't know.
Who?
You led me to that. You led me to that. Damn. Waka. Salen.
What happened? You think he's did my ACL? Walker's from PE, yeah. Walker's a PE boy. Yeah, no, these guys are. Yeah, no, there were some big boys, guys, and that's what I say. When you think about it, I spoke about before, like the guys. A lot of the guys, funny enough, playing sevens, because there was also a lot of the guys in the sevens setup I was training and playing with at that time. Because for those that don't know, so for Virpia, where when you start playing age groups, you're based in SAS, which is basically next to Paul Ruiz, and then the Blitzbook are based in the same place as you guys. So a lot of the time when you start playing age group for VPA, it's very easy to be brought up around the Blitzbooker. So a lot of the guys get their opportunities there, obviously.
Chad, a weird one for me here on JSE this morning is we took the opening range low. We broke back into it. We're trading now above the 200. This 200 for the last couple of weeks, if we're trading below it and we're holding below it, we go lower. If we hold above it, we go higher. Only reason I don't necessarily like the shorts here is purely because we've been here. We're breaking above this 200. So if I was going to go short, we don't have a lot of wiggle room here. So I'm actually going to go a little bit against the grain here. If we can get it. If we maybe break above here, I might even look for a little long here because that's the previous daily low. We spent quite a bit of time below the previous daily low. And I want to maybe see something like this. Otherwise, if we get a double rejection here, I'm going to take a quick short play just back in the range here. So yeah, just keeping an eye on that. And then gold. Yeah, we're getting that, remember that potential sell zone here me and Keegs were talking about. So if we reject off this level here, that becomes the fake out. Couldn't hold back inside the range. We're actually going to start looking for potential shorts here. Keegs, I don't know. Yeah, Keegs, over to your screen. just give the boys an idea of what you're looking for. I'm just looking for some rejections there.
Yeah, I'm sure now.
Superhero. Walker Lowe was the only professional I went to school with. Yes, Walker Lowe is also a tank, my dude. Walker Lowe. How low can you go? Yeah, I'm just gonna pee again. Sorry, guys. I wasn't drinking a lot of water over the weekend, so.
Yeah, guys, I'm still waiting. Obviously, we are at this level of mine now. So, as much as we still close it under Asia lows, I want to see a break under this little level here, this block. So, also seeing what DXY is doing. If we can get this reversal, good chance gold can even have a pullback higher. Obviously, we had the big move to the downside, so we can, in a way, almost count this as our manipulation move. So, we don't want to lock anything out yet, but definitely can see that move to the top side. So, we are just watching out for that. Again, being patient, waiting for closures, and then we'll see what happens over there. But still just waiting patiently, guys. Yeah, bro, don't think of sevens. I did it for a while, but yeah. Guys, you know what? End of the day, these things is life. It happens. I always say to people, I think I spoke about it in one of the podcasts, if things worked out there, I would never be here today. And I love what we do today. So it's in my blood. I still, like my missus knows, I'll do anything. We can go see friends, go away, go for dinners, go whatever. But when rugby's on, everything else is on a halt. I zone in, I focus, I live for my rugby still. But unfortunately, just that part of my life is done. Good morning, G's and Chad. Once again, I'll call it a bit late. Chris, glad to see you're back in the office. It's gonna be tough, bro. The thing is, obviously he can play 12, and the big thing for me personally is, as much as we have depth, that's actually something we always talk about. I'm waiting to see a 12 that truly can fill Doozy's spot. So to get him in, it's gonna be a tough one. Delindy really has made that his position. So to have a 12 that can do what he does, it's going to be hard. I did coach for a while, bro. No, that's what I say. He's actually someone that I think we're going to lose, definitely. And he's the one guy I'm not confident we have a solid replacement for yet.
Who's that?
Dear Lindy.
Oh, Damien.
At 12.
How do you mean we go? Oh, yeah.
Like, who's a solid 12 we have yet? Like, we've got
So
good
man is a
12s, but we
truck.
don't have a solid 12.
The man is a truck. Yeah, you got man of the match.
No, so William must go and Willemse at fullback. No, I agree with that. I rate Willemse at fullback 100%. But to be just talking, yeah, for center, it's a bit of a tough one. Bro, but actually talking about that, again, just talking about Sasha again, sorry guys, but that for me was a standout moment. A number 10 going down against a flanker and stealing the ball. Bro, come on.
Tough scenes.
Come on, bro.
Tough scenes down in Cape Town. All right,
As
Chad.
a flanker, you lose the ball to a fly half.
All right, Chad. So few things lining up here. Gold. All I'm waiting for is a nice little break of structure. If we can reject this, something like this, and then I'll take a stab at it.
2G's tag rugby tournament charity idea. Hey, we can do that. The only thing is, if you're a true rugby player, tag always turns into a shoulder check.
Ooh.
And then shoulder check
Ooh.
turns into full contact.
Ooh. Boys are never happy with a
Bro,
little
I always used to
shoulder.
laugh when it always started, when you like your captain's run. It's always, guys, just 2-hand touch. Then it's you touch the guy and the guy doesn't want to go down, so you
Hey,
put him
Pia,
down, and then it turned into a shoulder check, and then
it's a captain's run.
50 minutes, full contact.
All right, Chad, get ready on gold here. About to go down. Yeah, I just need a nice little closure there. Then we're going to have some sell stops on the break of the low. Let's see if we can get it. SA40 holding this level. Let's see if we can get maybe like a minor little break of structure there. Two potential positions here. Alright, so if you guys are ready. Alrighty, 30 seconds for this one. Gold, we've got 2 minutes, 30. Alright. Chad, just gonna wait for this closure. There's that rejection. SA40. Obviously now when it's in zone, they're gonna put a bus on those spreads. Scamming us here. Alright, Chad, took a little buy here. Literally there. Stops are gonna be about 150.
Again, finding some of my schoolboy photo rugby days.
I'm gonna just go with the gold. Okay, gold. Alright, gold. Yeah, Chad, this becomes pretty tough now. No, where can we target EQ? Oh, Chad, I might just go for. Oh, let's see if we can grab a 150 here. I can grab a 150, little 1-to-1. I'm happy. Stops are 150. Okay. All right, Chad, what I will say though is gold. What I'm going to try here, depending on where we close here, I'm going to wait for a top wick to form. And then I'm actually going to have a sell stop on the break of the new 5-minute low. Because we've got that little bit of a wick fill. So if we can open up, first push up, retest that zone, then I'm going to have a sell stop on the break of the new 5-minute low. Okay, that's the idea here. Okay, let's see how we open up. If we can first push up a little bit more. Okay, Chad, I've got a sell stop here on the break of that low there. We're gonna have about a we're gonna have to have about a 32, and then we're gonna go basically for the session lows basically there. Okay, Chad, I've been activated, not yet actually breaking, a little bit of slippage there. Okay, so this is active now. Slip me a little bit. Price was never there, but it's fine. Yeah, stops is about 32. Yeah. And then we're going for, what is this target? 24, 86.50. $24.86.50. Okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have actually been executed, but the price just jumped lower and got filled. But we're in now. Idea is failed to hold above Asia lows, so we can go and retest session lows. Okay. That's the play right there. We just need to hold below this zone here, chat. Then we're safe. We can maybe push up another test. But ultimately, if we break above, hold above Asia lows, we're going all the way back up to that daily flip zone. And all of this could have been the daily bottom wick. Remember, daily candle, open up, had a little top wick there, and then flipped bearish. All right. So if this flips back bullish, we're in some trouble here. Currently, that is the position. And then SA40. Also, the zone that we need to monitor is this opening range. So if we can just get a nice push, I'm gonna most probably go break even at this daily R1. And then from there, see if we can maybe push it for that daily EQ. But I will see where we're at. Because we haven't tested this 200 yet. That's my only concern. We've broken above it, haven't retested it. So, what is DXY doing? DXY, okay, almost at that zone. Okay, let's see. Gonna need to hold below this level, 24.95. 24.95. And then JSE trade chat, I think once we get up here again, if we can't get volume, gonna kill this trade. So if we get another rejection above here, session highs, daily highs, then might kill the trade. So just want to see some volume getting away from this level. Otherwise, we can trade all the way back into this opening range. The idea is to start breaking away. Alrighty, okay. 3 rejections off this level, closing potentially below this little support level there.
You going for a sell?
I'm already in.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm already in. The sell stops activated. Yes. So what we want to see now is this 5 minute. We're going to need to start seeing some moves to the downside. Otherwise, what's potentially happening here is if you look left, might even not make it there. Because otherwise what happened here is this was that basically that break retest if you look left with me, and we can then start to push higher. Okay, but as long as we stay below this level, we are good. That is the zone that we consider the sell zone, and we need to hold below it. And then this needs to start making its way to the upside, Chad. I want to see a clean break here, and I want to see some volume come in. Let's see if the JSE can pull off some work here. Alrighty, stay stepping here.
So you're in a long position?
No. Yeah, long.
And then a short on gold?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't know, gold looks clean though. It's a nice clean break during Asia.
I think it can go back up for those highs now.
Gold. Chad 24.95. This level needs to be respected, otherwise we in trouble here. JC as well, struggling here. Gonna give it a little bit. Remember, validation point is down here. Validation point is the opening range break here. That is the validation point. So let's see. Starting to struggle here. Gonna give it 1 or 2 more minutes. If we can't break here, might kill it. Might look for something else. And then gold just waiting here. How did the hourly close though? Hourly closed bullish. Oh, double bottom there. Yeah, Chad, we have to close below this level. This level right here. We have to close below it, because if we close above like this, I'm going to kill the trade, because then this was the fake out. We couldn't move lower after multiple rejections. So while it's still rejecting, that's fine. But closures back above is showing me that the bulls want to take control of this level. So then obviously bears not capitalizing on this pullback. So let's see here. 1 minute 25. Might do some trade management here if we can't hold below. No, use another mail. Make a Gmail for 2Gs. Just make a new Gmail, yeah. Ooh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Let's see. Alright, Chad, might do some risk management here. 50 seconds. 50 seconds. Can we pull back? Can we hold below that level? 30 seconds. Okay. We entered on this one, so timed exit is there. We don't start.
Yeah, that is the thing. What is the Linderbot saying?
I haven't checked yet. Alright, chat. 3, 2, 1. Okay, still respecting that zone.
Yo, just under Asia lows, eh?
Just. Yeah, chat, we're gonna need to get a move on. Otherwise, we keep sticking to this level and not moving. That is not good.
It's placing a sell order.
Is it placing a sell order? Damn. Chad, yeah. Look at that. Multiple rejections off that high level there. Just gonna monitor if we hold this retest. If not, just gonna kill it there. Because like I said, we can come back to retest at 200. We took opening range low, came back in the range, broke out of the opening range high. So just gonna see what we do on this level. 15 seconds. Let's see if it can hold. It's trying to. 10, 9. Okay, it's just holding it. So no management as of yet. But we're going to need to get through this little resistance at session highs. Gold not looking good, Chad. To be honest, the amount of times we've retested this 1, 2, 3, 4. Bears are just not stepping in. The bears are going to need to do something here for us. Date range, we took it on that. We not move that. Okay. Yeah, Chad, as soon as we get a 5 minute above this level, I'm chalking the trade. But as long as we hold below it, trade setup is still valid. But bears are going to need to at least give us something. The bears are at least going to need to give us some type of structure break lower here. Yeah, there needs to be some type of selling pressure there. Otherwise, it's just setting up the bears for failure here. JC is still holding here, monitoring this. Also, if we can get a move up here, that's going to be solid. But let's see. Dollar, okay, dollar starting to make its move now. US 30 still grinding higher. NASDAQ still on the high. Yeah. Only thing is I don't want to kill it prematurely because we're still holding below that level.
I think manage it like you said, bro. Hold it until you get that break above, and then.
Okay, Chad, we're gonna need to see what the JSE is doing here. 30 seconds as well. Oh, there's no selling coming here.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's not
No
getting away.
selling.
We always talk
Yeah.
about how you want to see price get away from a level, and the fact that
It's
it's
not getting, yeah.
Yeah, we also can obviously talk about the fact that, again, at 2500.
Chad killed it. Sorry, Keeks. Chad killed it there. We'll see now what we're gonna do. Killed it there for 94 points. So basically, 2/3 of what the initial stop was gonna be. Not getting away from this level. What I'm gonna be looking at now is if we reject here again, I will still look for potential shorts. The idea was still to short this morning with Hang Seng closing down almost 2%. So just going to play this range. So I'm just going to wait and see what we do on the top of this range. Sorry, Keeks, you were saying with gold?
I was just saying, like, the thing is, it's the way it's trading for me, it's just stair-stepping slowly up. For me personally, when you look at it, you have that previous daily low, it went for it and failed, obviously, then having the big rejection. Now, yes, you got Asia lows, but for me, like I said, this is a major area. If this is going to reject, for me, it must get away from there. And it's battling to do that. Where now you've got Asia highs untested, you've got all of that. You've got the EQ above you.
My entire idea was for the stop wick to form and then the flip to fill this candle, which we didn't do, Chad. So that idea not playing out. We still have basically 1, 2, 3 5-minute candles left. My rule, as always, 30 minutes in a range or not moving away from a level, I kill it. So I'm going to give it a little bit more. But yeah, in all honesty, is it rain?
Yes.
Yo.
You also heard it.
Yeah. But in all honesty, the first candle we get above here, I'm killing the trade, because then it's clearly stating that sellers are not interested at these levels. But for the most part, while we hold below that level and while we still have time, okay, JSE just absolutely melting here.
Oh, there we go. There looks like here comes your rejection.
It needs to flush though. Needs to really needs to flush for us. Otherwise, all of this is just playing with us. There goes the dollar.
Never mind. They turned the other way.
Yeah, dollar starting to make its way now to weekly and session highs. Very weird gold. So either gold is not believing this DXY move, or there's something else here for them to rally together. 3 minutes left, Chad. Let's see what we get here. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. If we close bullish, we might not even make it. But if we close bullish above this level, gonna kill the trade as mentioned. But if we can hold below it, we are still good. Might not make it. Let's see, 2 minutes 20. US
Sure.
30.
Gold's a bit confused now, bro. This thing wants to pop off, it doesn't want to pop off. It's coming alive, yeah.
Two minutes. Let's see.
This thing's just playing with you, bro.
Just dude, gold has been absolutely. I think in the last 2 weeks we only took one gold trade during the London session.
Yeah.
That's why London sessions have been so drippy. It's like either it just shoots.
Now it's going bearish, bro. You're back in the fight, yeah.
This thing is playing with us. This thing is playing with us.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
setting up for a move though.
yeah, no,
That's-
100%. This thing's gonna
it's
pop off in
setting-
one direction.
Chad, I can tell you one thing. It's gonna do something in the next couple of minutes. It's either gonna do something for us or it's gonna just rip our teeth out. Okay, Chad, if you feel uncomfortable with this trade, you can kill it here for basically seven pips, less than 7 pips. The thing is, it's still holding below that level, 6 pips. I'm gonna give it a shot. It's rejecting that level. Obviously, we want to see it moving away. My rule of thumb, as always, is 30 minutes. If it keeps ranging for more than 30 minutes, I will exit it. We still have some time. That is our timed exit period right there. So if we still if we still survive it for the next 3 5-minute candles and we're still not away from this level, we'll kill it. Then obviously, so that's the one scenario. The second scenario is we get a bullish candle above here, and then I'll also kill it, because then we're not going lower. The bears have had multiple chances now to capitalize, and if we can't capitalize with all of these rejections, if we can't get sellers to enter the fray here, what are we doing? Okay, so I will feel very comfortable if we can get a 5-minute candle closure that can close something like this into this range, because then it's a relatively easy sweep lower. But currently still not comfortable with the position. And then yeah, JSE for me, there was our little nibble here earlier this morning. Failing to hold that 200 EMA area, now going all the way back down here. So a little bit of a choppy session here so far. Keegs, I might even kill it if we can't break this minor structure level here. This right here, Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, if we can't even break below this, then I'm going to kill it, eh? So I'm just letting you guys know. Because we've got this little range within a range. So if we can't even break this minor little structure level here, then gold is not ready. Okay. So 3 minutes, we're going to at least need to break this. At least. As a minimum. Yes, dude. Okay, there's DXY, high of the session, high of the day, high of the week. Gold not at the low of the session or at the low of the week. 2 minutes 23. Let's see here. Plan of action here. If we hold this level here, Chad, we're just going to kill it. Okay. I need this 5 minute to close below. We're going to need to close below 2 minutes. I need a body closure below this zone. Alright. And then the next level that we're going to need to get through, if we get that first check, is this zone right here. And then after that, 24.90, and then that last little push to those bodily lows. Currently, gold is just saying no. "90 seconds." Let's see here. Yo, gold has been exciting, bro. So exciting.
Ah, bro, this is ranger markets. I'm not looking for anything here. Well, this is for me. This is where you catch on cuck.
No, if we don't get this, what I'm looking for, I'm killing it here. 1 minute. So, Chad, 1 minute. If we can't close below this level, killing the trade. Okay. 50 seconds. Bears need to do something here. If this closes bullish, out of it. I'll kill it for wherever we are. 5 pips, 6 pips, 7 pips. If this holds as support, I'm out. 30 seconds. Okay, it still wants us in. 25 seconds. Needs to close below there. Let me get ready. Something's happening. Spreads are opening up quite wide. I don't know if there's some headlines. 10 seconds. Let's see. 10. Needs to close below that level. If we close below that level, happy to hold. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So it's still in. Now, needs to hold below that level, and now we need to start attacking this level. All right. I can't believe it's such a drag to get movement on gold here. I might change my profession to news trader. Just trade news once a month. Either you make bank or you don't make money. SA40 just rejecting all of those levels. Back at opening range lows. So let's see what she does. Dude, I also don't want to kill it. Remember that one trade also just as you killed it, and then it just died.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that I give the trade at least...
If anything, you can maybe just manage your stops.
Yeah,
Bring your stop, minimize the stop.
So Chad, if we... so if this 5 minute closes, the next 5 minutes, if we haven't moved, I'm killing it. There's our time stopped here. So not this 5 minute, the next one. There's that zone we need to get through. Rejection, rejection. We need to get below it. Okay. Where were the days when we traded gold in and out 5-minute candles, Keegs?
Yeah.
Those were the days.
So slow, bro.
50 pips in a 5-minute candle. Okay, chat, it's looking decent. It is looking decent. Can't complain now. It is starting to look somewhat half decent here. Remember, that's that zone that we're going to manage, and then obviously the 2490 level. Once we break into this 2490, I'm gonna try. I know it's a Monday, but I'm gonna try for a little bit of an extended target here. I'm gonna try for it. If I see we reject this 2490 level, then I might just take my pips and run. But if we can break below this zone, I would love to grab what is this? Almost 70 pips on gold. That would be beautiful. 2.5%. Yeah, basically 2.44%. That would be stunning. That would be absolutely classy.
The boy bringing it home.
Almost 1 hour. My only concern is dollar's already at the high of the week. Gold is still within range, so either gold needs to catch up, or the dollar is gonna have like a little bit of a blow off top here. Chat, not going break even yet. I'm just gonna give it another 5 minutes, and then we'll go break even. What I will say is I will reduce my stops to just above that high there. Just taking about 1/3 off the risk. And then I'll definitely go break even once we hit 2490, which we technically should. And then 2490 is going to be the zone where we're either going to find support again to start ranging, or we're just going to flush that level and start moving. No trade for me on SA40 here. That's not enough for me. That was engulfing maybe, but yeah. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here at 2490. Okay, Chad, we technically tapped it. Okay, wait. 2490. On the broker feed, we tapped it, so let me just check here. How much is this? Keegs, what do you rate? Do you rate I take this? Let me just check what the TP is if I take that. Basically 1.2, or do I go for that extended target? What do you rate? What do you rate?
I said the extended target.
Sometimes you gotta risk it for the biscuit, eh? Extended target.
Extended target.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Let's see it, Chad. Let's see what we can do here. Sorry, man, I haven't even looked at the chat. Sorry, I'm just pretty locked in here, trying to make sure we make good decisions here this morning. So apologies. I'll look at the chat now because I'm trying to look for positions on the JSE. Yeah, gold. Yeah, the previous daily low looks juicy, eh?
Yeah.
I won't go all the way there. I'm happy with grabbing this if I can get it. Yeah, chat. We'll start looking at the chat now. I just want to lock it in here.
And you're not break even yet.
Mm-mm. No, the reason I'm not break even yet is we can push up like to here and still die down, even up here. So just with how the spreads are, if I go break even, yeah, you know FTMO. So they'll just quickly park a bus in your spreads and take you out. So yeah, I can't really. Dude, I like it. I like it. I was bearish coming into the day. We are basically in that daily range. It is a, yeah. Go break even now. I just want to see a proper test on this 2490. On the broker feed, it actually tapped it perfectly, but yeah, it was just shy of it. So let's see. Maybe we go for a break now. If not, like I said, we can chat. Here's the cuck with this trade. We can go back into this range again. It just depends on how deep do they want to go. But dollar going for the high of the week already, high of the session. Yeah, I don't know, chat. I like it. If you want to go break even, go break even. I haven't gone break even. I'm going to go break even once we actually hit 2490. If we hit it, that's where I want to go break even. But you can lock it in, you can take profit, you can go break even. Personally, I just want to see 2490 being tapped. And yeah. Keek, so you're saying extend the target, eh?
I like it, bro.
You like it? Okay.
My only thing is it's got to get a move on.
Yeah, it's got to start moving.
Reason I say that is if it doesn't, you get close to that 4 hour. The 4 hours is giving you a break from my resistance area. But that means when that new 4 hour opens up, there's a possibility it turns
Push
around
up.
to go push up to retest. So for me, that's what I'm just worried about.
Chad, I think what we can do is I think let's go not break even. I'm gonna give it like 20 pips, just purely because the spreads on FTMO are horrendous. So I'm gonna literally put it 20 pips above. So where my stop is, I'm gonna give it 20 pips. So basically it is almost a break even. Let me just check. Can't really see. Yeah, so it's basically 0.1%. I risked 1% on this trade, so it's basically 0.1 that I'm putting on there. And you're going to go fully break even if you got a better entry than me. You can go fully break even. But I think we can give it just let's give it a little bit more room. Let's give the trade some room to breathe. That sounds horrendous, but let's give it a chance to test 2490. If we cannot break below 2490, then I'll say, okay, let's take our chips, let's take what we want, and we come back for the afternoon session. But let's give it. Sometimes you gotta take a gamble, like Keegan did on, was it Thursday morning, Keeks? Friday morning.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, the gold trade.
Yeah.
Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday.
I'm just gonna go pee quick. See you guys now.
Trust the strat, man. Yeah, I know, guys. It does look good. I do like the trade as well. But as I said, for me, as I'm not changing my bias, but the higher time frames could give you the retest. Let's see what it's gonna do. What's DXY doing? Oof, DXY is slowing down a bit, that daily R1.
Not gonna lie, I've got some numbness from sitting. I'm just gonna stand a little bit here, Chad. Just get some blood circulation going again. The standing mic. Still here, guys, just standing a little bit. Keegs, what are we gonna start trading you up in London if London is like this, my bro?
Hey, bro, we gotta find something. Gotta go find something then.
Okay, SA40 holding below the previous daily low, daily pivot. So let's see, Chad. Can we get a push here on gold? DXY now starting to fizzle here. Weekly highs. Gold wants to start fighting back here. Can gold do it here? What song is this, my bro? I'm gonna go to our old classic. Do you remember the classic one we listened to? Wait, I wanna find it. We had a classic that we changed. Wait, where is it? NCS. No, I can't find it. All right. Yeah, Chad. 30-minute. Let's see how the 30-minute closed. Okay, bearish. Didn't take the previous. Yeah, no, Chad. It is not looking good here for our gold position. $15. Okay, 15-minute close back in that range there. So this 15 needs to close below that level, then we can start challenging this zone down here. Otherwise, we are going all the way back up. 5 minutes. Yeah, forming some type of a little double bottom here. Not testing at 24.90 chat, so couldn't really do much. Bro, gold. Flip me. Yeah, Chad. Let's go through the chat. We risk free. DXY has been flying, showing no messy. Nighbot said it may go up to 24.95, 6. Yeah, it can definitely. I know. Only thing that I don't like is we never came to actually test that level. So that's why I'm still thinking we can get a little tap into that zone, and if we hold it, then definitely we can go higher. But yeah, let's see. It's just one of those cases where it's either gonna wear you out to the point where you're like, I'm just gonna take what I can get here off the table, or patience is gonna pay. Chris TP 24.90. I took partials, made 20% of my account. Very happy. Well done, my brother. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a little bit more, Chad. Could be some bad trade management decisions here, but also leaning on some experience that price doesn't just really just trade away from a daily low. Like, it's going to take some liquidity, at least dip below it, fake out some of the sellers, and then go higher.
So for me, if you think of it this way, what I must say I do like about that still though is the 15. Obviously, we had a massive bearish candle. If you take the last 3, you had a bearish, a little bullish one, but that bullish one had made a nice top wick for that 15. Now this next 5, if this thing goes bearish, I think it can run. So if this thing doesn't go
Break
bullish,
the lows.
it's gonna go for the lows now.
Yeah.
Because what that previous 5 did was just gave that nice top wick on the 15 now. So if this thing starts pumping down, I think it must take those lows.
Moenie micromanage nie, Chris. Nee, ek micromanage nie. Chad, so for me it's gold always trades between levels. We've spoken about it. If it's trading below 24.95, it's likely going to go to 24.90. A lot of times you'll see it just reverse shy of it. That happens. So if this is a case where it just turns shy of it and it's going to push all the way up, close back in the Asia range, go all the way back up here, where we talked about it, Asia highs, weekly pivot, that's also fine. We've given ourselves the best opportunity for success here. If you took your trade here at 24.90, that's fine. The only reason I'm going for an extended target is because that previous daily low is so close. We came so close to tapping it. And Chad, the markets are always going to seek out previous daily lows and previous daily highs. So if today's an inside day, that's fine. But I just want to give it level to level. So at least give it a chance to break 24.90. if I see, for instance, we tap into that zone and we find support of it, then I'll say, okay, listen you guys, we're not going to get that extended play, but I also don't want to kill it here before we fully tested it, because you can see here pre-market quite a bit of movement around this level before we continue to higher. So I'm expecting the same to potentially happen if we can get there. That's the thing about trading. We don't know. Me and Keegan spoke about it this morning. 8 CPI wins. And I said, Keegs, why don't we put 100 or 200K on it? I said we could have made R1 million almost every CPI. And I said, that's the beauty of trading. You never know. You never know which one you're going to lose. Because if I put 100K and Keegan put 100K for each one of them, technically we would have made, let's say 3R to be close. That's 300. What's that? 2.4 million each. We didn't make 2.4 million each because we still don't know whether we're going to be right or wrong. So
bro, London and Mondays. It's just not a good combination. And knowing there's news coming out in 2 days. Bro.
Yeah, I just want to, Keegs, I'm going to call the stream shortly. I just want to see if we can at least get a tap here. I just want to manage it with the boys. I either want to hit break even here, or I want to just at least see us tap this level, and then we'll call a chat, because I'm not going to take anything else on the JSE. A little bit mixed here. Had the break below, had the break above, so it could be a rangy day here. Not going to try and spice it up here. Maybe a little bit later off stream, if we get something rejecting here, I'll maybe give it one little slice of the candle and then go for that gap fill down here, that monthly S1. But other than that, it's just this gold trade. US 30 not fully testing that level. NASDAQ not again, NASDAQ gave you actually that test pre-market there, so I don't know how aggressive you guys were. How much did it give you? I don't think it gave you a lot. 50 points. And then gold, obviously, just dude, wearing us out here.
That 15 closure wasn't nice, bro. That's like a doji candle of notes.
The Doja cat.
I'm saying if you look literally to the left, the last time I did that, a big bearish pump, doji, and then it just pumped bullish.
Up, yeah. So what he's saying was open up a buy, put my stop loss at break even for the sell, and then potentially grab the buy. Chad, I'm going to go fully break even here. So fully break even, so zero cost on this trade. So this is now fully break even. And the reason I say that is, like Keegan mentioned, if we are going to take this high here, very likely your 15 is going to look something like this. This next 15 is going to look something like that. But if we get a scenario where we break that 15 high and we then flip bearish, you're going to get the opposite end. Because look what happened with this 15. It first took that little low there, and after taking that low, it pumped up. So that's why it's very important to monitor what we're going to do here. And I almost want to say, once you break this, if you don't run, we're going to go bullish.
Yeah, so Wolf, so that's the thing. It's not about that he doesn't trust the strats. It's called trade management. Just managing how you prevent a loss. How you prevent that trade go away from you.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's not about not trusting the strat. It's like we never know exactly what the outcome is going to be. And price is giving you cues. Price is giving you tips as to what it's doing. So if price is holding below a certain level and it's not moving away, we've always talked about it. So you can't you can't take a trade blindly and just say, I trust the strat. You also got to say, listen, yeah, we're not getting through a level, so let me take my profits and keep it moving. So it's never about not trusting the strat. It's always about seeing what price is doing. If price is not doing what it's supposed to do, if it's not giving you bearish order flow while you trying to sell the market, then obviously you're not at the right side of the market, chat. So this is that level where I'm expecting you can potentially see something like this, tap into it, and then the next candle can close bullish, because that is that 15-minute low we spoke about. So if we're going to take that liquidity low, because it's an inside, this 15-minute closed inside the previous one. So either way where it's going to break, you're going to see some volume. So you can't just set and forget. No. Setting and forgetting is not for me, Chad. Setting and forgetting is... no. That's the thing. There's headlines coming out. There's stuff happening globally. So you can't just all of a sudden say, no, listen, yeah, I'm completely oblivious to everything that's happening globally. I'm just trusting my strategy. I'm setting and forgetting. News Squawk can give me headlines. I don't care. Just set and forget. No.
I just realized something. Look at the chat. Our ranges have been quite quiet today.
Okay, yes, that zone. Alright, Chad, let's check here. This is going to be interesting. If we hold above here, that could be the liquidity right here. Or this could be the actual move up, as Keegan spoke about it. Alright, let's see now. This is also weirdly enough that zone here. Look left here, Chad. That zone we spoke about. So if we don't reject there, we are going bullish. And out. Break even.
Nah, guys, I'm just checking if you guys are sleeping. I was saying, I'm seeing a lot of the only wrench I was seeing in the chat here was Nightbot and Hanno and Wayne. All the regulars were gone.
Chad, break even there. Just sniffed the break even there. I don't think it was a bad trade management. It is Monday. We are stepping down. If you look at the line chart, there was our pullback play, 3-wave pullback. There was our intermediate break. And you can still technically see this drive all the way down to go for those session lows. This can all just be that liquidity sweep I was talking about on the 15. So you take that 15 high, you get the guys bullish that trade the breakout, and you come all the way back down. But the way that gold has been trading this morning, it has been very, very slow. So you can still, you can still see this going all the way down. Like I said, you can have the inverse scenario of this. I just want to show you guys. Inverse scenario there, where we took the low and then we pumped bullish. Here we took the high and we can potentially pump bearish. But for me, that is the session. I'm not going to try and create a miracle here. I think it was a good trade. I think there's just a lack of volume in the market. So, yeah, I think overall we did well. I think you're going to have to some days give your trade the chance. I honestly like the lower move here, just purely based off this. I think this is like a little liquidity pool there, that previous daily low. So we'll see where we are closer to NYSE. But Keegs, any closing remarks from you, my brother?
Yeah, guys, as I said, Not that I was trying to be against Chris's trade. It's just being observant. That's what we have to do as traders. As much as you in a win, we always say, but you still have to manage your profits by managing where possibilities can happen, where markets can turn around, and that was always an option. Market's not moving how personally I'd like it this morning. So again, I was gonna say I want to trade conditions I like. This is not conditions I like. So we're going to wait. Obviously, New York, we know we're going to come back and see if the T2 can deliver again for us. But yeah, I think, as you always say, guys, not every single day or every single session is a trading opportunity. So that's just for me personally.
Chad, I think we did well. First day of the new week. Some of you took it, some of you took partials. Didn't really tap my zone, so didn't take anything. I wanted to at least give it that opportunity there at 24.90. I still believe it can work. Remember, I am bearish on the day, on the week for gold. So yeah, good luck if you're still in it. If you're still holding, good luck. We're going to see where we trade NYSE. I think that's going to be the big one. Remember, Friday, basically markets reacting to the data. And now we're going to see what markets are going to do going over the weekend, digesting all of this news, starting to prep now for CPI on Wednesday, big one. NFP not really giving us that signal as to what the Fed is going to do. I already see Fed futures 74% for a 0.25, so they are pricing that dollar strength. And that's what I'm saying. Just think about it. Just a little nugget. How many of you still here? 236. A little nugget for you. If they're pricing in a stronger dollar, what do you think is going to happen on Wednesday? Okay. Think about it that way. Where is the risk lying? If the market is if everyone is standing on dollar strength side, and the dollar does not perform, where do you think the repricing is going to happen? That's the question you need to ask yourself. That's the thesis you need to build for yourself. And where's the opportunity with the volume? What's been priced in? What has not been priced in? Think about that for Wednesday. Chad, but we're going to see you 3 p.m. Firecracker. Going to put it all on the line there for the cracker this afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed the session. Slower than usual, but good to be back, and we will see you guys 3 p.m. sharp GMT +2. Peace and love, baby.
Cheers, Chad.